Tonight on CTV News, what are the solutions to Christchurch's flooding issues? A sad day for local schools as the final bells ring, and the casino's take on the video that's causing outrage.
Broadcasting across Canterbury, from the CTV studio, this is First at 5.
Good evening. There's some reassurance tonight for Phillipstown residents on the all too familiar flooding issues, while some will still have to wait to see clarification from the Christchurch City Council.
The Christchurch City Council has decided to go ahead with some of its planned flood mitigation work in the Phillipstown Basin, but will go back for consultation for a suggested bypass in the Banks Ave Red Zone area. It will immediately engage in upgrading culverts at Slater Street and Hills Road, and widen culverts along a number of locations down Dudley Creek. It will continue to engage with affected owners regarding property buyouts, and will discuss cost-share agreements with Sarah. The immediate work will cost $48 million, but a suggested floodwater diversion bypass through public and church-owned land near Banks Avenue is still on the table. The council estimates this would cost an extra $5 million. The council will then seek public feedback on the idea before making a decision in March. The plan reflects the increased flooding vulnerability of post-earthquake Christchurch, with 70% of the homes experiencing repeat flooding above the floor levels located in the Phillipstown and Dudley Creek catchment area.
New Brighton children, parents and teachers were united today as the community grieved for the loss of their schools. 3 schools are due to merge in January next year, and this afternoon one community school had the chance to say goodbye.
The laughter couldn't hide the sadness at North New Brighton School. After nearly a century, this much-loved school is shutting its doors for good.
So it is the end of an era after 98 years of North New Brighton School.
Education Minister Hekia Parata chose to shut the school as part of the government's $1 billion shake-up in Christchurch. Altogether, 22 schools are in the process of closing or merging. Now 3 New Brighton schools, along with Phillipstown and Woolston, are the latest to feel the sting of the Minister's axe. In New Brighton, Central, North and Freeville schools are merging together from next year.
The children and the community are looking forward to the merge into Rāwhiti, but at the same time it's that tinged with that sadness that it is going to be our final day.
This is a community in mourning, but like all funerals, there is a time to celebrate, to remember the good times and reflect. Sue Tate is remembering more than 3 decades spent teaching at North New Brighton. She's looking forward to her next step.
The fact that we're thinking about the new school all the time, I don't think we've thought too much about our school closing. It's just like a new chapter in our lives happening.
Freeville also held its own last assembly today, a time to farewell the students. The school was founded in 1957 and has been an important hub for the local community.
Well, it's a sad time to see the end of Freeville. It's been a pretty special place, and lots of people have, over many years, have put a lot of effort into making it the place that it is.
These students are having to leave their schools. It's an emotional time.
Well, it's saying goodbye to the Year 8 students, but it's also saying goodbye to the school. Because I have so many memories here, and some of my friends are moving away because of the merger.
I'm a bit disappointed because I really like the school. Today is about saying goodbye to this awesome school, and
it's quite sad, but it's also new things are going to come out of it. And
I've had a really nice time here at this school. And
it's a little school, and it's like we're one big family.
Local MP Puta Williams says the minister has made her decision, and this community will take time to adjust.
Let's support the kids to get through this really well, and let's get a positive outcome for our kids at the end of the day.
It's a sad day for all, but this community is looking to the future. Many of these children will be the foundation students for the new Rāwhiti school on the North New Brighton site.
We've got to keep things positive for our kids, and that's been the major push of this year, to make the merger something that the kids look positively towards.
That's the feeling around both schools. The parents are apprehensive about their children leaving, but the children are looking forward to their new beginnings. These teachers are encouraging them to be positive.
We would have preferred to remain as our own entity as North New Brighton School, but we know that wasn't possible, and so now we are looking forward to moving forward into a merged school, Rāwhiti School.
At Freeville School, this assembly is a last hurrah and a last goodbye for the community.
It's about telling the story of Freeville School, acknowledging the long association that many families and teachers have had with the school.
These two principals are stepping down. Both will miss their students, their school and their community.
I actually feel quite honoured that I've had the privilege to be the last principal of North New Brighton School.
These buildings are full of memories, but soon they will be replaced with a new school, ready for the next generation of learning. Marcus Gibbs, CTV News.
Our reporter Emma Cropper spoke to two principals about the future of Phillipstown and Woolston schools, also due to merge next year.
A final goodbye after a long-fought battle as the Phillipstown community says a final farewell to its school.
Today is a sad day for our last assembly, but we're going out strong.
Be strong to stick together, to support one another. Whānau ngā tanga is a real treasure.
Phillipstown was forced to close after a major shake-up of Christchurch schools. The community has rallied together over the past 2 years in a bid to keep its gates open, a fight they weren't able to win.
There's a real sadness going around, but we're going to have a celebration today in the next hour and be all together. It's one of togetherness today.
Today's goodbye leaving the staff, students and community with mixed emotions.
One of real sadness today. It's this is it. This is the closure of a very fine school and a very fine community.
Phillipstown will merge with Woolston Primary in the new year, who gathered today to mark the end of an era.
The merged school open in February next year as Te Waka Unua School, and that represents a double-hulled waka, and it symbolises the two schools joining together and going on a journey.
An extra 100 students will operate on their school ground, paving the way for a new era of teaching in Christchurch.
We're being given the opportunity to lead the way in the changes in education in Canterbury, so it's exciting for this community as well.
The new year bringing an opportunity to make new friends in a new learning environment. Emma Cropper, CTV News.
We move on now, and one of the men behind South Canterbury Finance, the fraud case that is, was finally sentenced in court today in Timaru.
Former South Canterbury Finance Director Edward O'Sullivan has been sentenced in the Timaru High Court today to 12 months home detention and 400 hours of community work. The 73-year-old was sentenced by Justice Paul Heath on 5 fraud charges, 4 of making a false statement and 1 of misuse of a document. The charges follow the Serious Fraud Office investigation into the company's collapse in 2010, which resulted in $1.58 billion being paid out under a government guarantee. In sentencing, Justice Heath cited a lack of remorse, but said he acted out of misguided loyalty to the late South Canterbury Finance Chairman, Alan Hubbard. In sentencing, Justice Heath took into account Sullivan's age and state of health and the significant fall from grace. It is estimated that Sullivan spent $2 million defending his case.
Still to come on CTV News, finally some good news for the council's credit rating.
Arts 21 showcases the vast creative talent and minds that are making a name for themselves in Europe and beyond. Think outside the square with Arts 21.
If you're looking for a real estate agent that is willing to go the extra mile to give you complete peace of mind, then look no further. Karen and Barry Ellis from Harcourt's Twist Care Realty are here to work for you. They believe in their brand and actively work to get you the best possible result. From start to finish, Karen and Barry Ellis will take the stress and hassle out of buying or selling. Karen and Barry Ellis, licensed agent REAA 2008.
Looking for that perfect gift for a loved one? Wanting to add some vibrance to your home? Or just looking to brighten up your workplace? No matter the occasion, the Hitching Post has something for everyone. Lose yourself in their extensive range of homeware, art, glass and plasma cut metalwork. The Hitching Post is your one-stop shop for great style and quality. So come on down to the Hitching Post, 722 Marshland Road.
My son's helped me greatly with my independence now that I've got more mobility.
Mum, I've been looking into stand assist chairs from More Mobility. They recline back with a footrest, then when you want to get out of them, they stand you up. You can even sleep on them. More Mobility can bring one out for a free trial. There's even electric beds too. What do you think? For more range and more expert advice, see More Mobility, corner Clarence and Princess Streets off Blenheim Road.
What a difference more mobility makes.
Let's face it, everyone has an agenda. And guess what? So do I. Every week, I'll pick 3 stories that grab my attention. Agenda with me, Brent Goff.
Welcome back to CTV News. So before you think about going out tonight to have a drink or drinks, just think about this. An email through from Christchurch Police who say, as part of Operation Capricorn, up to 80 additional police officers will be working on alcohol focus tonight to prevent the activity to reduce harm caused by alcohol on the road. So that means lots of booze buses and lots of checkpoints around our city. So take care and remember to get a taxi. Well, we move on now to other news, and it's fair to say it hasn't been an easy task leading Christchurch's biggest infrastructure project, and it appears outgoing CEO of Skirts, Duncan Gibb, isn't going to miss the role. Here's Emma Cropper.
As he walks through Skirts hallways, it's no secret Duncan Gibbs left a lasting impression on many Cantabrians and his work colleagues.
I hope that's appropriate.
He's heading home to Australia, but his last 3 years as General Manager has left a lasting impression.
I think the only word that really does it justice is incredible, really. It's been the most meaningful job I've ever had to actually come here and be able to do my bit for the rebuild of the city.
He's been leading the Skirt team, who are in charge of rebuilding the city's roads, a task that's not expected to be completed until the end of 2016.
You enjoying the desk, eh? Oh, feel good? Feel good? Yeah.
West Mountain's Ian Campbell now taking over the reins of Christchurch's largest infrastructure rebuild.
Excited. It's a great opportunity. I'm really keen to see the rebuild through, so yeah, it's exciting. It's a great challenge going forward from what I've been doing for the last few years.
Skirts clocked over the halfway mark of their repairs, and Campbell's confident under his leadership what's left to be fixed will be finished by 2016.
It's a challenge. It's not going to be easy. It's going to take a lot of work, a lot of, there's more challenges to come. There's a lot of decisions still have to be made, but I'm pretty confident we're going to get there.
After working for Skirt since it was first established, Gibbs not upset he won't be seeing out the entire program.
But you know what? I was told a long time ago by a mentor that a good manager manages himself out of a job. So it's about providing opportunities for others to grow into your role. You move off, they step up and get on with a learning and growth experience for them. So that's been an intentional part of what we've done here.
Gibbs' resignation now making way for a new chapter in the city's rebuild. Emma Cropper, CTV News.
International credit rating agency Standard & Poor's has reaffirmed Christchurch City Council's financial rating as A+. The council's chief finance officer, Peter Gaskell, says the council is pleased it's maintained its current A+ credit rating, but Standard & Poor's says the council remains on a negative outlook because despite progress, uncertainties remain over the ultimate rebuild cost to the council.
Despite last week's announcement by the Christchurch City Council that it owes $300 million more than previously estimated, international credit rating agency Standard & Poor's has reaffirmed the council's A+ credit rating. But while an A+ might seem like an excellent rating, the definition says that although the council has strong capacity to meet financial commitments, it's still somewhat susceptible to adverse economic conditions and changes in circumstances. The council says it's already addressing its financial situation with last week's announcement. The council now intends to sell minority shareholdings in Christchurch International Airport, Orion and Littleton Port to free up about $500 million of its $1.2 billion debt.
A supersized bus stop has been given the green light on Riccarton Road. It will include a large lounge area for up to 100 passengers. But what do bus users think? Well, it could be welcome news. According to CTV cameras, we took to the streets to find out.
After almost a year of consulting on 3 possible sites, the Christchurch City Council has finally decided on the location of a bus waiting lounge. The lounge will be located on the corner of Division Street and Riccarton Road. Works are expected to start early in the new year. This will involve developing both the lounge and associated street works. These works will include bus stops for up to 4 buses on the north and south sides of Riccarton Road. The road has become one of the city's busiest thoroughfares following the earthquakes, which saw many businesses relocate west from the CBD. The council says these works are the best long-term solutions for the area and will prevent traffic congestion.
The days of overloading your trucks could be coming to an end. High-tech sensors have been fitted under road tail seal with the aim of eventually catching lawbreakers.
It may only be a matter of time before there are less trucks on South Island roads. In a bid to cut down freight trucks travelling around the South Island, the New Zealand Transport Agency is hoping larger trucks will carry more freight. And these $500,000 weigh-in-motion sites will help them keep track of damage the heavy vehicles could be causing on local roads and bridges. This is the second site constructed in the South Island and will open next week north of the Rakaia Bridge. The sites also help collect data and identify drivers in breach of their permit. Next year, the NZTA plans to set up a camera which will recognise truck drivers' number plates, making it easier to identify whose trucks are overloading, as well as speeds and unpaid road user charges.
Well, while Christchurch struggles to keep up with residential consents, not so for the Selwyn District Council. It's becoming more residential friendly.
As New Zealand's fastest growing district, zoning changes have been made to allow more residential properties in the Selwyn District. The council's amended district plan will see an additional 3,600 square metres of land in Lincoln rezoned for medium density residential housing. This will facilitate the development of townhouses and allow for a neighbourhood centre with local shops. In Rollaston's eastern and southwestern outskirts, a number of greenfield areas will also be rezoned for residential housing. Changes are also in the pipeline, which will allow the maximum size of residential buildings to increase by nearly 15% to 40% of a site's total section area.
Still to come, the casino responds to a social media video causing an outcry.
Kia ora!
Hey, my name's Victoria.
And my name is Nana. Climb aboard the Tiki Tour bus and join in on all the fun.
Every Saturday at 8 here on CTV.
Ka kite.
Hi, I'm Mark and welcome to Stay Well Pharmacy.
At Stay Well Pharmacy, we do more than just dispense prescriptions. As Canterbury's most experienced supplier of compression hosiery and travel socks, our friendly staff can assist you with all your needs when it comes to looking after your health. Whether you're recovering from surgery, taking that overseas trip, or wanting to stop those tired, aching legs, Stay Well Pharmacy has you covered. Bookings are essential. For a new direction in your future health, call us today. Stay Well Pharmacy. Live well, stay well.
Shock factor to wow factor, Cancer Colour Fun is here to change your world. From interior to exterior and everything in between, Kath has the skills and the knowledge to brighten up your home. Contact Kath at Colour Fun for your consultation.
Blackwells has a proud history presenting leading vehicle brands, extensive backup and service for a total one-stop driving experience. Holden, Mazda and HSV new and used vehicle sales, servicing, parts, paint and panel, Isuzu truck sales and service, all together in one convenient location. More selection, more value, more quality and more reasons to make Blackwells your #1 choice. Visit Blackwells today, corner Waterloo Racecourse Road, Sockburn or online at blackwells.co.nz.
敬请收看 CTV Freeview 40频道首档华语原创系列电视节目 Chinese in Canterbury. Join us in watching Chinese in Canterbury on CTV.
Welcome back to CTV News. The Christchurch Casino CEO admits footage showing 3 security guards holding a drunk man's head in gutter water outside Machina Lounge isn't a good look. The incident was filmed on February the 15th. Brent Anderson says the man was subdued a number of times after attacking security and making advances on a woman in the bar's line. He says the incident's unfortunate, but no disciplinary action will be taken against the 3 men.
The Christchurch Casino is standing by its security guards' actions following an incident involving an aggressive patron captured on a phone camera. The incident, which took place in February last year, shows a man being restrained by 3 security guards. However, the casino points out that the 1-minute capture doesn't show the prolonged aggression of the man, captured on casino CCTV, who was asked to leave a number of times. The casino says he threatened a patron before grabbing a road cone and attempting to hit security. After being subdued, he continued to attack the guards, and after being restrained by a 3rd guard, he was taken away by police. Since the February incident, the casino has not received a complaint about the treatment of the man. However, Casino Chief Executive Brent Anderson says this type of incident underlies the growing problem of drunken behaviour the casino experiences regularly. In October, more than 1,400 people were refused entry to the casino for such behaviour. He says it's a tough job any day of the week for his security staff.
And now here's Gorbriana with the weekend sports preview.
International hockey returns to Christchurch this weekend with the Black Sticks men taking on Canada at St Bede's Marist Park on both Saturday and Sunday. After going down a goal to the unfancied Canadians, the Black Sticks came back to win a tight-fought Game 1 by 2-1 in the first game of the series in Nelson. The Black Sticks had more to show in their second match, putting 4 goals past Canada in a one-sided affair. Tomorrow will be the first time the Black Sticks have played in Christchurch post-earthquake, with the home of Canterbury hockey, Porritt Park, being destroyed. Both games over the weekend get underway at 3 p.m. There's action at Ruapuna Speedway tomorrow night, with the 4th round of the War of Wings series taking place. Ruapuna regular Matt Honeywell currently leads the series with 2 feature wins. Other drivers in the hunt will be Wellington's Stephen Taylor, defending champ Jason Scott, and Australia's Alan Wood, who currently sits 2nd in the standings. 3 Canterbury players will be in action this weekend when the New Zealand Black Sox look to qualify for the World Softball Champs being played in Saskatoon, Canada next June. Stephen Ratu, Tyrone Bartorillo and Josh Harbaugh will all take part in the Oceania qualifying tournament held in Auckland, which sees the Black Sox take on Australia and Samoa, with the top 2 teams qualifying for next year's champs. The Christchurch Interclub tennis competition wraps up tomorrow, with both the men's and women's finals being held. The women's final will see Waimari host Hagley Park, while the men's final sees Cashmere host the Waimari men. Both finals start early afternoon, with Wilding Park's indoor centre on standby should the weather fail to play ball. And finally tonight, cricketers will also be hoping tomorrow's forecast improves, with Canterbury's Plunket Shield match against Central Districts due to continue. The 4-day match will wrap up on Sunday. Well, you're up to date with the latest in local sport. I'm Gordon Finlater for CTV Sport.
Time now for the region's weather.
First in Timaru, 15 degrees. Temuka and Geraldine had the region's high of 16. Methven and Ashburton hit a high of 15. Rakaia, same for you, 15 degrees. Darfield, Leeston and Rolleston, 15 degrees for your Friday. Looking now at Lincoln and Christchurch, they hit a high of 15. Over in Akadawa, they hit the region's low of 14 degrees. Rangiora, Kaipoi and Amberley hit 15 today. Culverden, Hanna Springs and Cheviot, a mild day for you with 15 degrees. At the top in Kaikoura, they hit 15. But what about tomorrow? In Timaru, expect more cloud with a cool southerly breeze again. 7 degrees overnight, reaching a high of 15 throughout your day. In Ashburton, a cloudy Saturday ahead with light southerly winds. 7 degrees overnight, 15 degrees throughout your day. It's dull and cloudy in Christchurch again tomorrow, and a few light showers are possible around the middle of the day, reaching a low of 7 and a high of 15. It'll be overcast and cool with a southerly wind for Kaikoura as well. 7 degrees overnight, 14 throughout your day. In other areas around the region, Temuka and Geraldine hit a high of 16 and low of 6. Methven and Rakaia, cloudy for most parts of the day with a high of 15. Darfield, Leeston and Rolleston, cloudy throughout the day, reaching a high of 15. Looking at Lincoln, they have a low of 7 and a high of 15. Over in Akadawa, 15 degrees will be your high with an overnight low of 7. Rangiora, Kaipoi and Amberley, cloudy weather with a high of 15 degrees. Further north, Culverden, Hanna Springs and Cheviot can expect a high of 15 and low of 7. Looking ahead for Canterbury, fine and sunny on Sunday and Monday with moderate northeasterlies. Sunny periods and high cloud on Tuesday with moderate northeasterly winds. High cloud increasing on Wednesday with northeasterlies freshening. Expect rain may develop at night. Cloudy on Thursday with outbreaks of rain expected to be light, as well as moderate to fresh northeasterly winds. And that's all for your region's weather this week.
And that's CTV News this Friday. Have a great weekend.
Supporting local content so you can see more of New Zealand on air.